December to Christmas. Just one more day and we're more than half to Christmas.
Are you excited?
Yeah. Guess she's excited. Me too.
The 12th day of Christmas, my true gave to me. 12 golden rings.
12 drummers drumming.
We're going to
So
do this.
first up is the North Pole communicator.
If anyone is there, press and release the button, say your name, then press the button again.
Josh and Sarah.
Mucho gusto. Nice to meet you. I'm Winnie Delgado, and I love to be silly. We elves love to laugh. Can you give me your loudest, biggest, silliest laugh? Go!
That's too loud.
I love a good laugh, don't you? You know what else makes me giggle? Tickles. I better get going, but before I do, I dare you to tickle the friend who's closest to you right now. Have lots of fun.
Bye. So we talked to a doodle elf today.
And his name's Diggle.
I guess. But she said that elves like to giggle a lot.
Giggle.
I'm guessing we're going to be talking to another elf tomorrow because we got 2 elves in a row.
The next thing will be
Maybe it's gonna be a
Mrs.
third.
Claus.
Maybe.
Today is time for the Advent Calendar toys.
Yesterday I got this yellow car,
And I got these high heels.
the black high heels. We'll see what we get today.
Are you still excited?
Yeah!
That's the word 12 is.
We have 12 is
Here's 12. I got another flag.
What kind of flag?
A black and white flag.
I think that's the start.
Me too, I think that's the starting point.
I got a gift.
You
Yeah.
got a gift box? That doesn't look like a gift. But it does. But it does look like a card.
Huh? I
Maybe
think,
it can go onto Barbie's hands.
no, I think there's another card. I thought it was a present.
So today I've got a black and white racing flag.
I think that's so much. I think it's already Christmas. Look.
Early Christmas present from Barbie.
Now for someone else.
For someone else.
That's a ring.
How is it going to hold it with the back of its hand? I can do that. I wonder what we're going to get tomorrow.
This is an order gift.
So stay tuned to find out.
Now it's time for the Advent Calendar box.
We'll see what's inside.
12. Number 12. We had to open number 12. But that's
And
not
I found my number 12. I think it's gonna be Hulk because The opposite of green is red.
Across the sea.
The
So I
cross
think
the
it's gonna be
sea.
called today.
I got the cross of the sea.
Across.
Cross.
And on the back it says, Anna is joining Elsa on a royal tour. The pair is excited to see lots of wonderful new places and meet new friends. But when they see someone from their past, they realize one kingdom needs their help.
One kingdom needs their help. What is it?
And my 12 says, Spider-Man, Attack of the Portal Crashers.
Crashers again. Again. It's
And
again.
on the back it says, Spider-Man decides to throw a party for his adventure friends, but some uninvited guests turned up to spoil the fun.
Guys, you remember we're not gonna read this
In
book
the video,
because this is not a Christmas book. But later we'll read a story.
right next, we're going to be reading a Christmas book.
Hi guys!
Now it's time for our family Christmas story.
And the story is still going to come from
Treasury of Christmas Tales.
But yesterday we did
The mouse.
Christmas Mouse.
No, the mouse but
Oh, the North Pole.
Oh right,
Yeah.
that's the movie that released yesterday.
But today we're going to do the story, the Jingle Bells.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Ready?
Mhm.
Toby was mad. It isn't fair, he said as he stomped around the kitchen. Why doesn't it always happen this way? He asked his mother. Jeb and Harriet, his big brother and sister, always had all the fun, and tonight they were going out again on a sleigh ride with the older boys and girls from some of the farms nearby. Toby couldn't go along because he was too little. Would he ever not let be too little for all the things he wanted to do? When will I be big enough, Mama? That's what I want to know, she said. Mama smiled. Maybe next year you'll be big enough to go. But right now, it's time for bed, she said. Toby went off to the bedroom he shared with baby Sarah. Baby Sarah again? Look how much bigger I am than Sarah. Why do Harriet and Jeb always do things together and I get stuck with the baby? He complained.
But my baby name was Jingle Butt. Sarah Jingle Butt.
But Mama just hugged Toby and smiled again. Someday you'll be big. I promised you that, she said. Then she tucked Toby and Sarah under their warm quilts and kissed them goodnight. Just as Toby closed his eyes, he heard a jingling noise outside. He jumped out of bed and looked out the window of his room just in time to see Harriet and Jeb climbing into a sleigh. It was pulled by a beautiful chestnut horse. The sleigh was full of laughing boys and girls, dressed in hats and mittens and heavy scarves. The horse stomped its hooves, and the boy driving the sleigh called, "Come on, Harriet and Jeb! What a ride we're going to have tonight!" As the sleigh pulled away from the door of the house, Toby could hear the riders sing, "Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh."
All the years to go.
The next day was Christmas Eve. Papa called to Harriet and Jeb. "We have an important job to do this morning. We must go to the woods and cut down our Christmas tree." "I'll come too," shouted Toby. "You'd better stay here with Mama and Sarah," said Papa. "Maybe next year you'll be big enough to help." Toby was so disappointed, and tears came to his eyes. Then Mama had an idea. While the others went for the tree, she and Toby made a long string of red cranberries for
Are they
decorations.
go eat it?
I don't know. Little Sarah watched them. She kept laughing and trying to grab the cranberries. It wasn't such a bad morning after all.
Because what happened is eat it.
You can still eat it. Just before lunch, Papa and Harriet and Jeb came stomping into the house, half covered with snow. They were dragging a huge tree. "Let's try to eat our lunch," said Papa, "so we can get this tree decorated." That afternoon, Papa set up the tree in the parlor. The whole family gathered to put colored balls and sparkling tinsels on it. Then Toby said, "Look what Mama and I made this morning for our tree." He proudly brought in his strings of cranberries. Jeb helped him hang them from even the tallest branches. Toby was sure that his decorations were the prettiest ones of all.
Well, Daddy, that's the ornament, but why that one don't have a hook, but now it has to go to the tree.
That night, Harriet and Jeb and Toby all hung their stockings on the fireplace. Harriet hung up one on her long blue stockings. Jeb's brown stocking had a hole in the toe. He hoped none of his presents would fall through the hole. Toby hung up his favorite green stocking. They also put up a little red and white stripe, one for baby Sarah because she was too small to do it herself. Then Mama said, "Now it's off to bed for Toby and Sarah." "This early?" said Toby. He thought about begging to stay up.
But Daddy, is too small.
"This early?" Toby said. He thought about begging to stay up just a little longer. But for once, he didn't protest. Because, after all, tomorrow would be Christmas.
Christmas.
But after Toby was in bed, he had barely closed his eyes when Papa and Mama came into the bedroom. Could it be time to get up already? "Don't go to sleep quite yet, little ones," Papa said to Toby and Sarah. "Mama and Harriet and Jeb and I have a big surprise for you." Mama and Papa carried Sarah and Toby, both of them wrapped in warm quilts, to the door of their house. There, right in front of their house, was a beautiful sleigh. It was painted red and was decorated with little round silver bells. Quickly, the whole family piled into the sleigh. Bells tinkled as they slowly started to glide across the snow. That's it. Soon they were speeding along in the open fields to the clip-clop of horses' hooves and jingling of the bells. It seemed to Toby that they must be flying, and as they rode, they began to sing,
Dashing through the snow
Your bells.
in a one-horse open sleigh.
"Go, laughing all the way,
Bells and buffets ring, making spirits bright.
what fun it is to ride and sing the sleigh song tonight." We're done! No. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Okay. You can put it back. they started back towards house, Papa slowed and the horse to an easy trot. The swaying of the sleigh and the tinkling of the bells made it hard for Toby to keep his eyes open. Toby leaned his head against Papa's big shoulder. He smiled up at Papa and whispered, "This is the best Christmas surprise I ever had." And as Toby's eyes slowly shut in sleep, he hummed to himself, "Jingle all the way." The end. Okay. So, is that a good story?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's a good Christmas story. huh?
We'll see which story we're going to be reading tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is going to be another story, so hope you can still join us on our journey.
Daddy.
Since Christmas is about the birth of Papa Jesus, it's just right that we also prepare a place for him to be born. Each night, Sarah will help us prepare the manger.
That's
And on-
me.
And on the midnight of the 24th, we will put the baby Jesus in the manger to remind us that he is already born. May this be a meaningful preparation of event for all of us.
Now the 3 cakes will complete.
See? Oh, I feel like they're all facing this way. Maybe you're waiting for them to arrive.
I think Mama, Mary, and Joseph. That's my brother's name. And I think we get Joseph.
We'll see if they come tomorrow. Thank you, Sarah, for helping us set up this manger. And we'll see what preparations we'll have tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
You hope you enjoyed our video.
Now, it is the time for the gift of the day.
But mommy, it can be old.
It can be new.
It can be expensive.
It can be cheap.
It can be old.
It can be new. It can be big. It can be
It can be
small.
mommy
It could be from mommy or daddy.
or
Or
someone
somebody
else.
else.
Someone else, yes.
As long as it reminds us of the gift that God gave to us, Papa Jesus, his birth.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what's inside.
First feel it.
First, let's feel it. Feels like Hot Wheels cars.
Nice. Ready?
I got a spinning. It's glow in the dark. And what's the next one? Another one. I got another
I've got
one.
a solar dancer.
Solar dancer.
And a top.
I got a red one. How about we open these first, yeah?
Okay.
Come on, let's start. Open these. We're going to show you how they spin. Now sunny, so that's
So?
fine.
Here's the snowman. Here's the snowman. It looks like he's a solar dancer, just like the other ones. The reindeer and the elf. They dance if they're in the sunlight.
Now let's open. What is this, Leah?
The spinning tops.
Polar Express.
No, they're not Polar Express.
And oh yeah, what's today?
The 12.
No, it's 12, but let's name it. It's 12.
If you spin it, it's so. First, you need to rub it against the table or whatever your surface is, and then let it go to the spin. No. Sorry, look.
No.
Uh-oh, not like that.
I'll show you. No, you hold it. Hold it like that.
It's still spinning. It's been for a long time. So Sarah, pretend it's a wheel and then lift it up. Jump. Almost. Not like that. It's gonna spin multiple ways if you do it like that. And you can get it to spin 2 ways. I think I need to teach Sarah how to use the tops because it's a little bit hard for her to spin it and put it upright. And before we forget, thank you, Mommy and Daddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I'm just spinning the wheel. And it's slower.
Happy? Are you happy?
Yeah!
Thank you.
Now it's time for the adventure, Randy and Henny. We're gonna tell a story.
Earlier, I went downstairs and
To our
I didn't
school.
find anything that led to Henny and Randy. And then Sarah came down. She found all of these for sale notes on our stuff. Then we looked over to the first place where Henny and Randy were, and they were there. And they also had a card saying for sale. Number 1, TV. Number 2, Christmas tree.
Wait, we
Number
can't
3,
see our
advent
TV.
calendar. Number 4, lamp.
It's not
Number 5,
allowed.
frame. You can see up there. And they also put a for sale sign on the mirror.
And they use my crayon, my black crayon.
They also used one of Daddy's pens. We'll show you where they are. Come
Come
on.
on, let's start. Here's our elves.
Henny is the one on that side, and Randy is the one closer to Sarah. And right here it says for sale. Number 1, TV. Number 2, frame. Number 3, Christmas tree. Number 4, lamp. And number 5, advent calendar.
Here are elves.
The first item they're selling is the mirror. We need to take that off later so this won't keep sticking to the mirror.
The
second
second
item
item
is,
is our picture frame.
And it's up there, it says for sale,
And look,
like the other one. The third item is the lamp, and the fourth one is the advent calendar. And if you come over here, the fifth item is the Christmas tree.
And when you go to
Okay.
the TV, you'll see
For
that.
sale. That's the sixth item.
Uh-oh.
I think our scout elves have been practicing their handwriting. Because last year, when we gave magic to them, we couldn't understand anything they wrote. But now, their writing is clear. It looks
Because
like
they're
our
using
handwriting.
pencil. Yeah.
Maybe. And earlier during class, I saw one of my schoolmates. They were trying to show me their elves.
But whose name?
I'm not gonna tell them. And and they tried to show us the elves, but I don't think she was able. They were able to move their computer. So instead, they took the elves and showed it to us. So I don't think they're going. So I don't think they're going to. It's going to be able to have any magic. The elves, he or she. Those two little nutty elves, they're not for sale. The items aren't for sale.
Oh, but not the calendar because we need them now.
We need everything that they're trying to sell. Randy, Henny, don't sell our items. We need those.
And you're so naughty today.
Because we need all of that stuff.
We need the Christmas tree to put it down. We need the TV to watch. We need the mirror to see ourselves or get our lost tooth.
Well, we'll
Okay.
until tomorrow, guys. We'll see where those two little elves are going to be hiding.
Now it's time for the activity of the day.
And yesterday, we made lollipops out of glue. It might take a while to dry, and one of mine is so thick that it might take until next Christmas to dry.
Or not mine.
We'll see what we get today.
It's number 12.
Excited.
Look.
Peppermint ornaments.
Peppermint.
So, we used to do this last year. We'll see if it's going to be any different this year.
Like we crack it.
We cracked the peppermint pieces and we put them into some sort of shape molder and we freeze it in the and we melt it in the microwave. Then after that, we need to put it in the freezer or the refrigerator. It's going to dry up and
after that, we
it's
have
going to look
seal
like
it. I
the
know where that.
peppermint people or any ornaments.
Or like a Christmas tree or like a heart because on Thanksgiving or on Christmas there's a heart.
Come on, let's start. Now we're ready to make the peppermint ornaments.
We're going to use some
Peppermints.
red. We have red and green we can use.
So
we can
first
change
of all,
the color.
we need to take these out. I'm guessing we're gonna crush them and put them into these molds.
This is really hard.
And then we're going to put them in the oven at 350 degrees for 5 to 10 minutes. So let's start. Here are the ornaments.
But don't touch it.
They just came out of the oven, so they're really hot.
Really hot.
350 degrees.
And guys,
They just came out of the oven, so no touching.
and I think they
And
have
we
water
need some-
when they melt.
They need to have some time to cool down. And we're also going to be inserting a hole later, so we can put a string in it and put it on the tree.
About don't touch that.
Not yet.
Not the mittens.
It might take a while to dry, so we won't be able to show it to you today, but maybe tomorrow we will. We'll see. I hope you learned something from our Christmas activity of the day.
And you can make these too.
You can make these at home too. But just make sure that you have a grown-up with you.
But don't touch the tray.
Now it's time for our Christmas trivia of the day. And it's about the tradition of Christmas bells. Bells, especially church bells, have traditionally been associated with Christmas for a long time. In the Anglican and Catholic churches, the church day starts at sunset, so any service after that is the first service of the day. So a service on Christmas Eve after sunset is traditionally the first service of Christmas. In churches that have bells, they are often rung to signal the start of this service. In some churches in the UK, it's traditional that the largest bell in the church is rung 4 times in the hour before midnight, and then at midnight, all of the bells are rung in celebration. In the Catholic Church, Christmas and Easter are the only times that Mass is allowed during midnight. It's traditional that both midnight Masses, the church and altar bells, too in many cases, are rung while the priest says Gloria in Excelsis Deo. Having a Mass at midnight at Christmas dates back to the early church, when it was believed that baby Jesus was born at midnight, although there has never been any proof of this. A lot of churches have midnight services on Christmas Eve, although not every church will have a Mass or communion as a part of the service. In many Catholic countries such as Philippines, France, Spain, and Italy, the midnight Mass service is very important and everyone tries to go to a service. In Victorian times, it was very fashionable to go carol singing with small hand bells to play the tune of the carol. Sometimes there would only be the bells and no singing. Handbell ringing is still popular today. Perhaps the most famous bells at Christmas now are the ones in the song Jingle Bells. However, the song was first called One Horse Open Sleigh, and it was originally published in the USA in September 1857 as a Thanksgiving song and not a Christmas one. But soon, it became associated with Christmas because of the snowy lyrics, and many choirs were singing it at Christmas in the 1860s and the 1870s. It was first recorded in 1889. Often, only the first verse and chorus are now sung. The other verses are about driving the one-horse open sleigh and rather crashing it. Jingle Bells was also the first song to be broadcast from space. In December 1965, when the astronauts Tom Stafford and Wally Schirra, they had spotted a sleigh in space. They then took out a harmonica and sleigh bells, which they had smuggled into the Gemini 6 spacecraft, and played and sang to the song in mission control. Jingle Bells was written by James Lloyd Pierpont, and the original version had some slightly different words and slightly different tune for the chorus are used today. There was some debate as to where it was written. Some people claim it was written in 1850, Medford, Massachusetts, while other people claim it was written near 1875, when James Lloyd Pierpont lived in Savannah, Georgia. So when you hear the tingling bells, especially on Christmas, please remember that aside from the happy sound of it creates, it's also a sign of prayers and joyous proclamation of the birth of baby Jesus. Merry Christmas!
Now it's time for the movie of the day.
We'll see what's...
It's a weekend, so we can watch
all of the movies. All 12 of them. We can watch every single one.
The 12 day of movies, we can watch them all. Now it's time for the next one. Makes me up and meets me up.
Mix you up.
Here.
Uh-oh. There was one wrapped inside of the other.
Home Alone.
We got Home Alone 2.
Okay, so this is backwards. The 12th day of Christmas. The 12th day.
We're doing number 1 because if we get any Home Alone movie, we're going to be starting at number 1. And then once we get another Home Alone movie, we can watch it to go, even if it's going to be the 3rd, 4th, or 5th movie, we're still going to be opening the second one. That's how it's going to be going.
So
we
we'll not
get
open
one.
Home Alone 2. But this
Nope.
first one.
We're gonna open the first one. Do you remember that yesterday the movies were taken by the elves?
But now, and yesterday, I choose Home Alone 2.
Home Alone, and I really wanted North Pole. We chose North Pole, and Sarah got what she wanted today. So 2 movies that we both really, really like in just 1 week.
Wow.
Home Alone is a 1990 American Christmas comedy film. The film follows Kevin, an 8-year-old boy who must defend his home from 2 burglars, Harry and Mark, after his family accidentally leaves him behind under vacation.
And after that, they come back and go find their children. 1.
So, do you think you're gonna like that movie?
Yeah, all of them.
And we can also watch it with Mommy. We might be able to watch one movie with Mommy.
Yeah, on the weekend. Tomorrow.
No, how about today? You had no work.
I have work.
Maybe.
That way you can come back.
It's going to be too late for you. Remember, you need to sleep.
It's a weekend.
Yes, we need to sleep early.
Now it's time for pucker time! We had to get it!
Yes, I have the popcorn. Thanks for being with us on the 12th day of our Advent journey. Please come back again tomorrow as we continue our fun and excitement as we get closer to Papa Jesus' birthday
Bye.
on Christmas. If you like this video, please click the like and subscribe button down below. And invite your friends to join us on this journey. Thank you for watching and Merry Christmas! Maligayang Pasko po!
Magaling na Pasko. Jingle Bells.
We're so free. All the fields we go, laughing all the way. Oh, oh, oh. The bobtail games, making spirits rise.
Riding in the sleigh on tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open way.